Hello there friends, and today we're going to be discussing the 18-year property cycle. What is it and is it broken? Now, I've been investing in property for over 20 years and own millions of pounds of property, and I'm here to help you. So the 18-year property cycle generally follows the pattern of 4 years of falling prices, 7 years of mild growth, a mid-cycle wobble where things just sort of go down slightly, then 7 years of expansive growth before we then hit a recession, things drop off the side of a cliff, and then the cycle repeats itself again. Now, the last 2 years of the 7 years of expansive growth is called the winner's curse, and it's the part of the cycle we're looking to avoid, as this bit is when we can buy and then we can very quickly become in negative equity once the recession hits. And it's the bit we want to try and sell our properties that we don't like in that point and get ready and have like a reservoir of cash looking to buy when the market falls down and all those deals become available again. Now, the last 2 cycles followed this pattern virtually exactly. And the guy that popularised it was a guy called Fred Harrison. He's an economist, and he actually became quite famous with this 18-year property cycle. Now, Fred has predicted that we will be going into a serious recession in 2026. Now, I think Fred is wrong about this, because typically before we have this massive recession, we have 7 years of really expansive growth where things are rocketing up, and we have definitely not had this. Now, Fred thinks that prices will actually increase by 20% in the next 2 years, and then we will have our recession where it will drop down and the cycle isn't broken. But the few issues I've got with this is, one, we've not had the 7 years of expansive growth, and we have not had a mid-cycle wobble either. So last year, property prices actually, we dropped down by 2.3%, and considering we've had massive inflation as well in this point, it's actually a lot more than 2.3%. So this 7 years of expansive growth and being in a really buoyant, booming market, we have not had. And this is why I believe this time round, the 18-year property cycle, we want to just throw it out this time. Now, I'm not saying we get rid of it completely. Maybe this time it hasn't worked. It could be COVID, throws things out a little bit. That is definitely a possibility. But I do like to have a sort of rough structure and a rough idea that property is cyclical, and have an understanding of where we are in the market. Typically, when things are going absolutely crazy, people are gazumping each other, it's buy, 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 buy. This can only last so long before it goes pop, and then you get the negative downward spiral where, you know, we go into recession, repossessions increase, it gets harder to get funding. But this is a fantastic time to buy, and it's the part of the market I love buying in the most, as you get the best deals. Now, if you're buying in that early expansive phase of the 7 years, you can really make tremendous money. As I remember in the early, 2003, 4, 5, I remember one year property prices went up 25% in 1 year. Absolutely crazy. But we definitely haven't even nearly experienced anything like this in the last sort of 10 years. And once we get to property prices going up 20%, 15% year on year, that's when you really know you're in a boom market. And it's those, once it goes on for sort of 5 years, maybe start sitting on your hands a little bit, as it can't go on forever. And people get greedy and just start buying crazy prices. Nothing stacks up anymore. And that's when you have to be very, very careful. So for me, the 18-year property cycle this time, it's no good. 2026, sorry Fred, I just don't think it's going to happen. We're not going to be seeing this recession that you have said. And even if it was 2027, you could say then the cycle holds true. But going on past that, I don't know, is it that accurate? I don't see so, and I don't see there being a crash before 2028 either. So I think now is a great time to buy property. Interest rates are going to be falling. We have a stable government now, and all those things are great things for property prices. We also have a massive supply and demand factor going on in the UK. The UK population is increasing by quite a number, and house building is not even nearly hitting targets, and this has been year on year on year on year. So we have a building up of a supply and demand factor going this way, which was only going to put prices up, and we've already seen it's massively put rents up in the longer term. So until these issues are addressed, I just don't see a massive crash happening anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts though in the comments. I'm very interested to hear whether you think things are going to be going down in 2026 or we are going to just ride a wave up. Please like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys.